I'm going to say something that might really hurt deep down, because when I said this to myself just about a week and a half ago, it took my ego, ripped it apart, and it fucking hurt my heart so bad. But once you finally are able to say it to yourself, get over it, you might get to a form of life that you are just so happy to be in, and it's gonna take away anxiety, take away stress. It definitely won't take away the stress I'm having trying to make this right turn right now, because I am a Chinese driver. Oh yeah, almost crashed there. You have to stop blaming your parents. I have no direction of where this illegal therapy is going to go today. I'm just going to kind of rant and spew all the bullshit that comes to my brain. But this has changed my life recently and helped me so much. So as you guys know, because I've talked about it subtly in a lot of these videos recently, but yeah, it's really painful to admit, but I put so much blame on my upbringing, on mom and dad, for all the shit that's fucked up about me and all of this. And you know, I used to have this thought back in my day when I was a kid. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna blame what happened as a child and stuff to, you know, like it's all about the future, don't look at the past. But I had that thought as a kid so like unnuanced, so rigidly, that it was kind of too much. It was too firm of an ideology, where if I think of anything as too firm in your mind, it'll come back and backfire. Now I'm thinking of it in a way more balanced and nuanced way. Last week, I made a video about it, I think, yeah. It was my birthday, and you guys have to all say happy birthday again, so I get more before that, I hadn't talked to my dad for like 5-6 months, for stuff that I won't get into, and it was because I had so much resentment built up to him. This fantasy of who he was as a person, this image just grew and grew to the point where it was delusion. It wasn't truly who he was, and I was only seeing the negatives, right? And then, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna invite my dad to my birthday. I haven't seen him in so long. I'm just gonna keep fucking being secretly angry at him, and he won't even know. I'm like, why doesn't he reach out? I talked to a role model of mine, a really good friend, and, you know, he lost his dad when he was 18, and he looks at me, and this is something that this is the type of conversation I wish I had more when I was younger. It was that, like, father figure, male, masculine role model conversation of, like, tough love, but honest truth, without the intention to make me feel sad about myself, but with the intention to make me better. And he said to me, he's like, Damien, I noticed one thing. You put all this blame on your parents, and maybe it's justified, maybe it's this, but hey, is that really what you're gonna be proud of when you're 85 on your deathbed? Are you gonna look back on this time and be proud of yourself for acting like this? Or are you gonna, like, step the fuck up, become a man, and at least try to repair a relationship? Wow, when I first heard that, I almost teared up, man. I was like, fuck, that hit me so hard emotionally, because I knew it was right. I knew he was right. And, you know, I struggle so much with, I don't want to say a struggle. Yeah, I think so much about, like, what is masculinity? What does it mean to be a man? And I used to go like, oh, fuck, like, you know what? I wish I learned more of this. It's not fair that I didn't learn this from my parents. Hearing this, it kind of gave me, like, a purpose. I was like, fuck. I was like, look, I really respect this guy as a man. It's awesome. This was a great thing he said. He's right. If I wanted this, I don't know what it really means to be a man, but I know that this feels right. I gotta try this. So I invited my dad to my birthday party. Birthday party, that sounds weird. Birthday dinner, I don't know, I'm not 5. Maybe I am. And I'm like, and he couldn't come. And at first it was a little heartbreaking, But he was just honest. He was like, he's like, yo, I actually planned something that day. He's like, how about we do another day? And just hearing this from that guy, like, and also hearing it from Alex Hormozy one time in this video, because I really respect him too, man. Like, $100 million is insane, dude. It was this quote that he said, like, instead of always saying, like, this is an example. It's like, instead of saying, like, oh, I have intimacy issues because of how my parents treated me, you just go, I have intimacy issues. That's it. What does that do? It doesn't attach a super painful, deep meaning to the problem, but it just presents it as a problem. And then now, just because there's a problem, that means it's time, because now there's a problem without a super deep attachment toward it, it's time for you to find a solution. It makes finding a solution a lot easier. This ideology has helped my life so much, especially looking at a balanced way. Like, yes, personally, I've been through some stuff and has probably led to a lot of these issues I have. But is that what I want? Do I want to keep living life and every single time I mess up with a girl or I get insecure, I blame my parents to a point where it's like, oh, I don't even know what to do about it? No. And the minute I was able to accept this and kind of take a step back and be like, yes, sure it happened, but I don't want to put painful blame on it, it's allowed me to work through these problems so much better. Like my self-growth in lots of these intimacy issues and these anxiousness, it's just been so much easier to work through. Nowhere near the perfect product. I am far, far from it. But I will say if there's on a percentage, before it was like 25% good, now it's probably like 65 in just like a week and a half. So I just want to leave this off by saying, like, look, I'm sure so many of you guys watching, I mean, if you like this channel, you've probably been hurt so much in the past by parents, by people, by, you know, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know. And maybe I will never know. And that is okay. But I want to say two things. I always say this. It's probably not your fault. It's not your fault. So much easier said than done. I want you boys to not only just swallow that pill, but keep that shit in your stomach. Believe it, man. And two, really tough love coming up, boys. I want you guys to ask yourself exactly what I had to ask myself. Do you want this? Do you? Do you want to keep going through, keep failing in relationships, keep failing at these things in life, keep having this deep anxiety, and have the reason, this painful attachment being because of people in the past? Or do you want to go, shit, that sucked what happened, and maybe it was a little bit of their fault or something, or they presented it? And do you want to just let go of that, forgive, and get ready to start figuring out these problems by yourself as a man? Because I don't like to say a lot of red pill stuff. I don't like to put big ideologies in your head, but I will say, you are, I don't know what, okay, I'm going to preface one more time. I don't know what the masculinity stuff is. I really don't know much. But one thing that I fully believe in is that to be a man, to be a real man, it's not about shooting guns and riding horses, fucking bitches. It's about learning how to tackle these problems by yourself. Not with some help for sure, but like learning how to take responsibility for these problems. My favorite quote that I've been saying too much and not acting on, and I'm gonna admit that. It might not be your fault for the pain of your past, but it sure is your damn responsibility to heal that shit. And I believe, boys, you can heal this shit. It's going to be a tough, long, painful road, but it all starts with the topic of this video. Accepting that it's now your responsibility to heal it. If you're not ready now, I know you'll get to the point to be ready. I'm just here to egg you on and tell you, you're being a little bitch if you ain't ready for this shit. Because I know you got it, boys. You can heal that trauma. By the Lord's name, you can heal. Okay, enough Black Pastor. Love you, boys. Good luck on your healing journey.